Hi, my name is Joanie'S. Welcome to my channel. If you are interested in having a session with me, please go to my website, joanieswhitelightshealing.com. I am a psychic or channel, a healer, a medium, an animal communicator, a medical intuitive, and also a mentor. I used to be a licensed clinical social worker that did not believe in any of this, and here we are. The gifts came in the early 2000s, and my life changed 180 degrees. I am doing a subscriber requested video. The theme is healing from heartbreak and betrayal. If you are so moved, please like this video. It helps with the algorithm. Comment below. If you have a request for a themed video, not a personal reading, please comment under any video that I make. This is for entertainment purposes only. See the disclaimer under this description of the video as well as on my website. It is June 26, 2026. Excuse me, it's not June, it is July. So I will be giving my words of wisdom, and then I'll be putting my Joanie aside and bringing in the highest of Christ light consciousness, the enlightened ones, to see what Spirit has to say for the collective. Now, there are many souls in the collective that are healing, have healed, would like to heal from heartbreak and betrayal. This might not resonate with everyone. That is okay. And if you are so moved to share it, pass it on if you know someone who might be assisted by this video. Okay. So, Joanie, I have gone through this. This is an easy task sometimes, sometimes not. Sometimes it has to do with if it's our first heartbreak, and it also has to do with what the heartbreak was around. Let's throw in betrayal because betrayal is part of the theme around the heartbreak. So what is betrayal in this earth school, in this reality? It's where you were deceived, duped. What you believed was so came out to be not true. And there is a shock, and usually there is anger and rage and fury. And if that isn't expressed, it's okay, it were experienced. Underneath that is sadness on a deep level. The heart chakra, the energy center that represents love of self and other, is affected by heartbreak and betrayal. So why would a soul come into Earth School to have this experience? It might be that it happened in another lifetime and that there was unforgiveness to self and or other, incurring negative karma, so a do-over had to ensue. There could also be where you in another lifetime incurred that on another, and therefore you are having karmic debt. You could also have had curiosity about what heartbreak is and betrayal, and that you did do the effective forgiveness work, or you never had unforgiveness to begin with, and now you're learning by opposites. You're curious to know what it's like to be on the other end, to betray someone, or vice versa. There's also being of service. So if you choose before coming in to be betrayed and hence have your heart broken, what service are you offering other? Usually it's to the, or for the opportunity of the betrayer, but it could also be the close ones around you, like family, friends, and colleagues, possibly children. That's included in family, siblings, cousins, etc. So we're brave. We're brave here in this dense reality. If things aren't pre-birth planned, we chose them after coming here, and we find ourselves in situations where we are betrayed and hence heartbroken. So this is one of many lifetimes that you are experiencing. And if you are experiencing heartbreak as a result of having been betrayed, you are not alone. Many souls have gone through this in this lifetime and are going through it, and in simultaneous incarnations. You are with many. Sometimes people feel good knowing that they're not alone in misfortune. It doesn't mean, yay, there are others that are suffering. It's not that. It is a neutral fact that is being shared. Fact. Someone might say you can't prove it. This isn't a fact. Sure, we're talking the esoteric here. So I'm not going to go into statistics. I don't have them regarding what percentage of the population have gone through heartbreak around betrayal. We'll just say it's common. Okay, so what is suggested? I would suggest as a spiritualist to know that you are not alone, that you are brave. Pat yourself on the back that you are here and that hopefully you want to work through it. So the awareness of what went down from the beginning, middle, end, that's really important. Resolution is what you're looking for, the ultimate. I've figured out what happened, or as best as I could. I have accepted it. I've felt my feelings. I have gratitude for my being here. And then the question would be, what are my takeaways from this? Now, if you are deep in the bowels of betrayal and heartbreak, you don't just automatically jump to what can I learn from this? There's a shock factor that could be going on here. I thought you were this, or I thought that it was that, and now this, and how could you have? So these are human responses to having been betrayed. Protecting yourself and being comfortable during the grief time is very, very important. So if you need to pull out of activities, do so. If you need to journal, do so. If you need to see a counselor, do so. Talk to a trusted friend if you have one. Get help if that's the case, if you're really suffering. So it's about, I call it sometimes the Mack truck effect, where it just hits you and you're bowled over. That shock could go on for a while. It has to do with whether, is this the first time this ever happened? Is this a young person? Or if you never had betrayal and heartbreak until you're older, it doesn't matter if you're older and it's the first time, it could hit you like a ton of bricks. So it doesn't really matter. But if a person has had it happen once, maybe twice, usually if you've had this happen a few more times, then it hopefully won't affect you the way that it did the first time. Then you also have the continuum of what betrayal is. It could be anything from you took my cookie to you had another family altogether and you didn't tell me. So there are levels of shock. Feel your feelings, recognize them, identify what your feelings are. They say in the rooms of recovery, feelings aren't facts. So a feeling is an emotion in this reality that is to be identified, felt, and ultimately released. This is a passage towards healing, and there is no magic wand that makes it happen. The suffering, the pain, the grief, anger, sadness, that doesn't go away overnight from a magic wand or pill. It is the work that you do, and that reaching out for help if you are having difficulty doing it alone is really, really important. I highly recommend it. Now, the release, what do you do with release? Well, it's getting to that place where you are pulling out of the third dimensionality of it, and you go up to that eagle's nest looking down and go, this is an interesting movie. He say, she say, he say, she say, and then that happened, And when you can transcend each little bit and ultimately get up to that eagle's nest, you're definitely winning. And then this release, it's I don't think I want this anymore. I don't need this anymore. I can move along. or you might not even be conscious of it, and you might find yourself releasing without effort. If you hold on to anger and sadness, it can manifest itself in your mind, body, and spirit. I can't prove that, but I do believe that people have mental and physical issues as a result of unresolved emotions, lower vibration emotions that haven't been worked through to ultimately be released. Being conscious of the release, let's talk about that. You can send it home and send it home to the angels, to God, to the light, to Creator. You can send your emotions, the lower vibration ones, to Mother Earth. You could send them to a tree, to the roots of a tree. You can imagine that they are being transmuted through the ethers from whence they came. Whatever the case, you are able, I believe that every soul is able to release lower vibration emotions. Self-help books regarding managing pain and suffering, heartbreak, are available to folks, knowing that you are not alone, knowing that this has occurred before with others is reassuring, I believe. I'm going to see if there's anything more that I have to share about heartbreak. I have never lost faith in romance, intimacy, relationship, divine, masculine. I have never lost sight of the fact that every soul is playing a part, and that I've not generalized, in the case of my being interested in men, that they all are a certain way. So I have faith and trust. I see the bigger picture. I see things that were pre-birth planned. In some cases with, I would say, more minor issues around betrayal. Some of them were possibly pre-birth planned and others weren't. Whatever the case, I have hope and faith and trust. I always wish well of other if they betrayed me. And I don't want to hang on to lower vibration emotions. I also don't want to have unforgiveness. I don't want to have any do-overs with people who have betrayed me. Okay. I'm going to put my Joanie aside, and I'm going to see what Spirit has to say regarding this theme of healing from heartbreak around betrayal. Here we go. So many times people think they were dumb or stupid for not having figured it out before they were betrayed or while it was going on. There's a lot of shame and guilt, and the self-blame is really big. A lot of people go in that direction. I should have known. Why didn't I pick up on that? How stupid of me. Well, if you had known, you wouldn't have been in that situation. So you didn't know. So hindsight is 20/20. So really going there is useless. It adds more racket to what's already going on. And you're incurring negative karma to yourself by blaming yourself. The woulda, coulda, shouldas, and hindsight is 20/20 is very human of you, yet it doesn't serve. Yes, sure. It's something that people go through, figure that out, know that that is not helpful, and at some point, please stop. Blaming other is very, very common. Finger pointing, blame, vindictiveness, vengefulness, contempt. These are all incurring negative karma to other, where you would have to have a do-over with that soul upon your passing and upon their passing. You'd have to come up with another arrangement, not carbon copy, similar theme, either they do it to you or you do it to them, but whatever the case, you're still in a bind with them, a racket, and the negative feelings can be released. Forgiveness can be acquired. One can, in fact, work through that so they find peace and healing. Some people feel they must, I have to, and pressure is put on them. Self-pressure I must find someone else. I have to heal now. I have to go to bat and find my person. That's what was just said before. But there's this pressure that one could put on themselves. And you would need to know whether you, in fact, are doing that, because healing doesn't involve pressure. And so if you're putting pressure on yourself to do something, to be something, to find someone, to find something, you are interrupting the healing process. You're getting in the way of this unfolding, this process of feeling better. The heart chakra is an energy center that can be addressed. You can go into a meditation and you can call upon the highest of Christ's light, the enlightened ones, your guides, angels, departed ones, the highest version of them, to assist you regarding that energy center and woundedness that has occurred. Some of you do this, and that is a very good thing. Journaling is beautiful, getting it all out, that's fabulous. Also, writing a letter to yourself and or writing a letter to the one that betrayed you is very cathartic. It is a release, a fabulous release. Let's see what else Spirit has to say. If this has been a pattern where you have been betrayed, you need to see whether you're missing cues, whether red flags have been there and you are not picking up on them. You might want to ask friends or a therapist about this, because patterns could mean that not you're asking for it, but there's something that you might need help with in order to possibly ward off this happening again. Now, I'm going to do, Spirit saying go for it, do a clearing for those who have curses, spells, hexes, scripts, vows regarding being a victim. So if you wish to be involved in this, you put out the intention that you wish to receive this. And if you don't, then you have your protection and you just wait until after this little part is done. I put sacred space around this and you. I call upon the highest of Christ light consciousness, and I'm doing a clearing around, for those who have a pattern of being betrayed here in this incarnation and possibly across time and space, forwards and backwards across all generations. Anything that's in, on, around, suggested, anything cloaked to be revealed, not to be replicated, any chips or implants gone, any programming gone, any abductions we rescue, any vows, nevers, scripts, hexes, spells, curses. And you can also do forgiveness work around this. Forgive yourself. Forgive everyone and everything. There we go. Good. And sip water between now and when you go to sleep. It'll help flush negative energies through the physical body. Okay. So if you did not participate in that, come on board, because this is done. See if there's anything more. If you have betrayed yourself, if you have betrayed other, forgive yourself and forgive them and ask for their forgiveness. If they are no longer in a human body, you can call upon their higher self. And if they are living and you are no longer in touch with them, or if you don't want to reach out to them, and that's fine, call upon their higher self and you can forgive them and ask for their forgiveness. It's a beautiful thing. See if, no, Spirit has nothing more to share. I hope that this assisted you. Time does heal. Time is a wonderful healer. And watch this unfold. Watch your healing unfold. For some betrayals around heartache, it takes a long time, and for others it doesn't. And if you think you're done and then more comes up, that's human of you. Let that occur. It's just fine. Doesn't mean you failed. Doesn't mean that you're screwed or your life, oh God, look at this. It's all fine. Just is. Don't put a report card letter on it. Just be. You are supported. You are held. You are blessed. You are loved. And they love us very, very much. I hope this assists. Please subscribe to my channel if you are moved and press the bell all icon. And I will see you again. Take care.